It's really so fun to see all your faces. Some of you, I've seen you like 2 or 3 times today with the different things we've done. So we're going to talk about onboarding, but not just onboarding, because sometimes do you ever get bored just hearing about systems, like systems this, systems that? There has to be this marriage between the system, the head, and the heart. There just has to be. Because you could tell me all day long, like the 10-step system to have the best core muscles in the world, probably ain't going to do it. But then if you tell me every time I sneeze, I'm not going to pee my pants, I may do it. You connected the head and the heart. So what we know is this. If I told you all the things that I think would be really cool to do with a new ambassador, I'm just a person and I'm sharing with you ideas that you may or may not be able to grasp. And I'm going to basically fail you because I'm not going to really communicate what it is that you need to do. Oh, you can like add them to stuff, or you could plug them into the new Ambassador Academy, or you could call them, or you could get them on a Zoom. There's all these things until I actually lay it out for you in an actual system that builds belief. And you could say, okay, I can do it. I can add someone and I'm going to do step 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to do it. And I did it. And it's a proven system because it works. So that is what I want you guys to get from tonight. The partnership of the belief and the system. So Diamond Cheryl Muller is the best at this. I'm telling you right now, you ask anyone on her team if they believe in Plexus and they won't even answer you. They won't be like, do I believe in Plexus? Like that's how they'll act because that's how she trains them. So you're going to get so much out of tonight. Cheryl, I'm going to mute myself and let you take over.
Much for that introduction. Can everybody hear me okay? Okay. Yes, I was really excited to be able to speak tonight because this is kind of my jam and I was trying to get myself organized though. So this is one of the things. Even if you think you don't have a system, guess what? You do have a system because even flying by the seat of your pants is a system. So if that's what you're doing, everyone has a system. But hopefully after tonight that you'll feel a little bit better about maybe what you can do, because I really believe it's about customer care. Okay, because this is the thing. We all know send, share, invite, and get people silver, or oh, we have an amazing referral program. And I am going to talk about that. But my belief is that it's about customer care. It really is. Like we want our customers, wholesale, preferred, retail. We want everybody to be successful. And I always go back to that. And I remind people, even when sometimes like, okay, it's getting a little frustrating or something like that. I'm like, deep breath. We do that a lot. And we say, okay, we want them to be successful. What are we going to do here? Okay. So one of the things I thought about, I was like, well, where are you going to start tonight? And really, I'm just going to start by saying one of the things you really need to do is to trust your sponsor. We want our people to trust us, because this is the thing. When you bring on people, yeah, they're buying the products, but guess what? They're trusting you. They're trusting your knowledge. They're really buying you, like in a way, which seems kind of funny, but the products, we already know the products are going to be great, but they are really trusting you. And so that's kind of where really customer care comes from. So, chances are that even if you're new here, everybody, got started in a 3-way chat, or maybe, like I said, you are new to it and you're just trying to navigate it for the first time. But this is the thing about 3-way chats. They help you with onboarding. They help you with product coaching. They help you with retention. And in the end, they help you with business building. So they are phenomenal. That's where everything stems from in my mind. Okay. So, and funny enough, gosh, guess what? The success sprints follow all of that. Isn't that amazing how Plexus comes alongside of us and is like, oh yeah, that's amazing. And because we are going to get credits for recruiting, retaining, and ranking up. So and a few other ways, but I just love the way that all came together when I was thinking about it. So my favorite thing about three-way chats is how you can introduce your upline or your sponsor. Of course, you never use the word upline or sponsor because you want to build your sponsor up and you introduce them as your friend. Everybody is your friend, right? So it would be something as simple along these lines as, oh, well, Sarah, I'm excited to put you in this chat with my friend Cheryl. She's been with Plexus for 4 years and I can't wait for her to help you, with your health goals. She has amazing testimony. Cheryl, would you share that? And when I'm in chats with Alita, I introduce her as, oh my gosh, Alita's going to inspire you. She's such an amazing friend. I just love her. You're going to love her. And I can't wait for you to, to meet. And a lot of times I'll send even Alita's diamond documentary, Jen's diamond documentary. I can't wait for mine to come out soon, any day, but that's always a good, belief building activity right from the very beginning. Okay. So, and this is the thing with three-way chats, and there are going to be sometimes there might be a couple stings here. I'm just going to warn you. Okay. This is the thing about three-way chats is all these people in three-way chats, when you put them in a three-way chat with your upline, they're your friends. Okay, you know them best. You just need to be you in those chats. Okay, don't say anything that is unnatural for you. We always say be the youiest you can be. That was the best advice that Alita ever gave me. Just be you, because that's who your friends love. That's who they're trusting. It was the best advice ever. I mean, don't be Megan, don't be Jennifer, don't be Alita, don't be Angela, like just be you. Right. And you're going to talk. This is what's going to happen is like you're going to go and you're going to form your three-way chat with your upline, but you're going to talk outside of your chats with your friends. Why? Because they're your friends, and that happens. I mean, there's just no way around that. And but what you want to do is you want to make sure you swing back into those three-way chats so that your upline knows what is going on, right? And then that way it's just easier for us to just know what is going on, right? And it's just going to be like, oh, hey, I wanted to let you know, Angela and I were talking about, starting the ProBio 5, and this is where she's at, and she's rocking it, or whatever. And so you just want to make sure, because your upline is going to be there to cheer you on, cheer your person on. Everyone knows that I'm famous for gold stars. I send gold stars. You get a gold star when something good happens. And this, just remember that also with these three-way chats, is that it's your job to get into the chats. Okay. Because they're your friends, they're your chats. I mean, there's no way your upline can possibly know all the chats that we are in, right? So we come alongside and assist, but you run them, you're responsible for them. And I wrote a little note to myself. I'm like, oh, I made another R besides recruit, retain, and rank up. It's responsibility. Okay. You're responsible for your chats. It's not your upline's job. Okay. And this is the other thing. Did you know that you can have three-way chats with potentials too? Okay. It doesn't just have to be those that are signed up. So if you've never had a chat or brought your upline into a chat with a potential, I just really encourage you to do that, because that is just a great way to introduce them and Plexus and help you out. Especially if you're new. Okay. And questions that can be asked in there. Well, what intrigued you about that Plexus post? What interests you? What health goals do you have? That's always a question we ask, right? And then, well, what have you been doing so far, for those health goals? What have you tried? What has been successful? What hasn't? Ask good questions. It's all about asking questions. And you know, and in those chats, you're gonna share about why you love the products that you're taking, right? And and think about, okay, so this is, you know, you've started this three-way chat, you know, with your upline, right? And I always tell people, you know, think about three things that you want to share about. Okay, let's just pick the pink drink, right? I tell everyone they should have at least two or three things that they can share right away about a product. It makes it really helpful. So when someone says, well, what is that pink drink? You're not like, you know, I don't know. I mean, you could even just say it's delicious. You know, but you really always want to have three things that you can share with someone, because this is the other thing. It may not always happen in the three-way chat. Okay. A lot of times people like talking to their friends, like, oh my gosh, like you meet up with a friend and you want to talk to them. And so maybe your sponsor is not there. So that's another reason I think it's a really good idea to have a couple bullet points about each product that you like, so that you can share whenever, and it just becomes natural, right? And you know, and then you can just even say, you know, I don't know how much you've heard about Plexus, but I even have, if you're in this three-way chat, here are a couple of videos. Okay, that's another thing. We don't want to be the expert, and that's, I'm just gonna be honest here, sometimes that's hard for me because I love the products, I love the details, I love the nitty-gritty, and I love to tell you all about it, but it can backfire. Okay, not everybody wants to know. Some people are just like, yeah, that's working for you, whatever you got going, give it to me. They don't want to know about the alpha lipoic acids, you know, or the you know, whatever. So so you can send a microbiome video. Okay, that just gives people an idea. Well, what is gut health? What is, you know, a little bit about Plexus. And of course, our favorite is the triplex video. Even if someone isn't getting the triplex, if you're not starting them out on that, I like that. And of course, our favorite is really Jennifer's. Like, hands down, I have not found any triplex video that is better. And I thought about doing my own, but I thought, gosh, that's so dang good. No, I don't need to recreate the wheel. I can just use that. So, okay, so you're chatting, you've got this three-way chat going, someone's interested, all of that, and you sent them the video, you've, you know, asked them a lot of questions, and all that. They decided they're going to move forward or something. All right. So a lot of times what I'll do is give people two options for a 109 welcome pack, right? Depending on what their health goals are, because you can't recommend anything until you know their health goals, right? And then I usually give them an option for the 209 as well. And I'll say, oh my gosh, if you want the best value, this is the one that you need to pick. Because this is the thing, they're looking for guidance. They don't know anything. We need to be the experts, and you give them just a couple options and never send them to your website. I just think that's a bad idea. You get lost, like, you know. And have you ever done that? Someone's recommended something and there's like, oh my gosh, there's 3,000 shades of lipstick. And do I want lip gloss, or do I want like the pencil? Or, you know, you just don't know. You want to be told what it is that you want. And, and then, because you don't want to overwhelm them. Okay. And, you know, it's just our job to guide them. We're the experts. And, trust me, there's plenty to talk about in the next 30 days. And I'm just going to give you a ton of things that you can talk about, because you don't just want to ask, like, once you get them on board, how are you? How's your products? How's it going? Like, you really need to ask engaging questions. And the other thing is, there's so much information you can share, and I'll have that. Okay, so then you've got your chat going. This is something else. So this is kind of like a tips and tricks Zoom as well. It's kind of what I realized as I was doing this. I now have my people set there an emoji. Once someone signs on, they have an emoji, and then, you know, Angela's health journey, whatever it is. I've got purple hearts, palm trees, someone has stars, we've got yellow ribbon. So I can literally look if I need to know, you know, oh, I'm looking for Amanda, you know, with the yellow ribbon, you know what I mean? And so I can literally find it, because that really makes it easy. Because if you don't do that, it just makes it so hard, because nobody can remember all of those chats, right? So so that's a good tip that we started. Everyone has their own. And And this is the thing, I talked before about this, but I believe that this system should be used for the most part with customers too, okay, as far as customer care, because you want your customers, if they're a preferred customer, you want them to be happy with the products because your hopes are that they upgrade and then you help them get their products covered and all of that. So you want them to be happy with their products. Okay, so now we've got the three-way chats going, kind of like what's going to happen from there. So you don't, again, you're not going to overload. I'm going to give you a whole bunch of things that you can share with them over the next 30 days, okay? And just do it in steps, okay? So you're going to welcome them right to a team page. You're going to invite them to your team page. You're actually going to send them the link so that it's right there in your chat. Here, this is our team page. This is where you're going to get encouragement, information, all of that stuff. Don't forget to, just click on it. And, your page, your diamond upline page, all that. And I add more pages like that along the way. When they add their first ambassador, I may add another, like another page. When they go silver or something, then they're definitely ready, for dream big. I just kind of, I judge that, okay? You have to use a little judgment here. The other thing is you want to send over, you want them to have, you want to drink half your body weight in ounces of water. You want that chart. If their goal is to lose weight, you want to send that chart and tell them to measure everything because you want a starting point, okay? I never did that because I never had any expectations of losing weight or inches. So I wish I knew how many inches I lost. I just don't. So you want to send them a getting started graphic for the products the welcome pack that they got, just for a reference, because you're going to walk them through, but a lot of times people like to jump ahead, and at least if they have a getting started, then they have that as a reference. Okay, a new thing we started, and really, Angela came up with this, is keep a health journal to track the changes. Okay, because it's a great way. People don't tell you everything, okay, as you well know. And so if they can just take 5 minutes every once in a while to just think about, because there's so much more than weight, and you forget. Like, I remember 6 months in, Megan said to me, "Oh my gosh, Mom, you haven't had migraines." I was like, "Oh, you're right. Like, they don't happen, you don't remember." And so it's just a great way for people to see how far they've come, right? You want to add them to your wellness community. That's a great page with testimonies, information, all that stuff. And another thing that we do is we have like a tips for success little graphic. So graphics are great to send people, right? It's a, take your products every day, talk to your sponsor often, drink your water, be positive, be patient. And then we have like a one that is more in depth about like 6 habits for your Plexus success. You could even send that later, consistency, commitment, hydration, willpower, accountability, and you can start a conversation with them. Well, what one of these do you think is going to be easiest for you? What one do you think is going to be hardest? Let's see if we can work on that. And all of those. Something else that I really want to start doing is everyone tells you their health goals, right? And so then I want to start putting them on a graphic, and when they reach them, do a check mark on them and then send them back in. It's just a good way, because you know what? It's at the very top of the chat. It's like, oh my gosh, what were the health goals again? You don't always remember them all. And so that's like a new thing I want to do. I want to start doing. And again, space these out. You don't have to tell them everything the first day. Maybe the second day is when you're telling them to measure. The first day you're telling them to drink. Maybe the third day you're sending that getting started graphic. Maybe you did tell them about the health journal to begin with. But again, there are so many opportunities to add these. That's how you stay in contact with them. That's how you care for them. Maybe they need, this is one that I got a little slack on and I really need to get back to it. Detox video. It's all about expectations, isn't it? Detox video, send, whether it's in the chat, tag them in a post, right? And then we've got, oh my gosh, we've got download the Engage app. There are 3 sample credits. Hey, who are your 3 people gonna be? You can send out samples and you can tell them what samples are back there. you know, later on, a little bit later on. This is one of the things that I love. So we've got discounted welcome packs, you know, right now. And then the second month, sometimes people are using the $20 codes from the 3-day packs or whatever. By the time you get, but once that second subscription goes out, boom, then you're talking to them, you're saying, oh my gosh, you have enough perks credits. Did I tell you about our perks program? You can now, you've gotten free products, because that's enough. That'll be 350 credits. It's good enough to get something. Hey, you can add something, you walk them through, okay? This is another thing. Don't be afraid to pick up the phone and talk to them. Guess what? They're your friends. And then, you know, another thing, hey, do you know how to use the Zoom app? Remember when people didn't know how to use it or how to use Zoom? Well, maybe you have to walk them through it. Maybe you have like a little 10-minute Zoom with them to begin with, to get them to figure out how to do it. People feel so much more comfortable then. I remember when I brought Janie on, we actually had dinner because we sat across from each other. I took her phone, we downloaded it. I gave her a Zoom link, like we literally with our phones. I'm like, that's how you use it. And she was good from that day forward. So, you want to tell them about the product Zoom that happens the first Monday of every month on Dream Big. You want to invite them to Power Hour. We have Power Hours. Jen has Power Hours. Make them feel part of the community. We've got there's a Facebook page for lean recipes. There's another Plexus product testimonies page. There's the Plexus Ambassador community page. There's the work from home. And I forget what the other, I never went back and looked. I forget what the other Plexus Ambassador, the one that Genevieve runs, and I love it. But anyway, this, like, there's so much that you can plug them into. Okay. And then of course, what is Genevieve? Yes, New Ambassador Academy. Thank you. What is Genevieve say? Her new thing, and I'm sticking with this. 3 people, you tell them 3 people is $300 in 30 days. We've got a fast start program. I'm telling you, you guys, fast start is amazing. Do not forget about it. That is what has driven my re-entry leg. Fast start is the bomb. Get them going, okay? And because then the next step is, oh gosh, we've got to get you doing we have shout out posts. We want to invite people into your journey. Who do you think? You can just get them thinking, who do you think your 3 people are going to be, you know? And you make it natural. You know, we always share a shout out post when new people get started. It's a way of saying thank you. It's super simple. Just copy and paste this to your Facebook and make it public so our team can comment, you know, and then you just have to follow through and tell them, oh, if anybody comments, you know, just, you know, tell them to just say, I'll send you a PM or a DM or something like that. And you let them know, hey, if any of your friends are interested in getting started, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help them. And you're going to get paid from Plexus too. So who doesn't want to get their products covered for the first month or 2 and then some when everybody else shares? It's a pretty sweet deal, huh? Like who doesn't want that? And you know, you've got your, oh, I did it. I just bought the most amazing probiotic. And you know, we've got all those shout out posts, right? Everyone has one. Or, oh my gosh, when I learned about gut health and the gut brain connection, or whatever it might be, there's some really good shout out posts there. But you know, if they're like, you know, and they don't want to do that, you can always, there are a couple different things. You can say, well, this is going to help grow my business, you know, if they're not interested in the business yet. And most people want to support you. I mean, the reason I started Plexus is because I wanted to support Alita. So there are other people who do a shout out that's kind of geared more supporting your business, right? And then if like still it's like no, well then you say, you know what, you have got to find at least one person. Everybody needs an accountability partner. So you kind of have, you know, different levels. And I'll come back to shout out posts to kind of show you how they go full circle with the 3-way chats. But this is another it might sting you a little, but I think that it is our job to know when our person's products are arriving. I don't think you should say, hey, tell me when your products come in. We can see that in the back office. I think you need to go to the back office, go to view their orders, and it gives you the tracking. So what you're going to say is you're going to say, oh my gosh, the waiting is the hardest part. I saw that your package is going to be here in 2 days. I am so excited for you to get started. Keep drinking your water. Okay. And then, you can actually get text when that package arrives, all that stuff. So I really think that that's important that we do that. And guess what? You're going to check in every 3 days with your people in these chats. And if your eyeballs went like this and you thought every 3 days, I can't do that. You may think it's a lot, but I really believe that you need to hold somebody's hand for the first 30, 60, or 90 days. That's my belief, because they have no idea what to do. And if you're willing to take the time to do that, I believe that they're going to grow. And I just think that that is really important. Okay. So this is another thing, once they get started with their products, okay, you want to ask them questions to kind of get them involved and draw them out. They don't know anything about Plexus. They don't know how they're supposed to be feeling. They don't know anything. Hey, how you doing drinking your water? Did you find a good time for your pink drink to work in your schedule? We want to make it simple. How are you loving that pink drink? What time did you decide to take it? Do you like it really strong or with ice? Or, there's so many questions you can ask, and, and then you start them out on the next product. For us, it's like 3 days, 3 days, 3 days for most products. Okay. Because otherwise you don't know. And so if something like happens, you don't know what product it is. So that works out really well, because I believe it's a journey. It's not a race. Okay. And this is the thing. They don't know what questions to even ask you. Okay. That's why you keep checking in. And this is the other thing. Make it fun or funny, because we always end up talking about poop. You know what I mean? So send a funny emoji, or, hey, we're going to be close friends. I know you didn't think that we were going to be talking about this, but it's so important, or whatever that is. And, you just need to do that. And so this is the other thing. So, since you're the lead on these chats, right? If you have a specific question in those chats for your upline, again, because we can't be in all of them all the time, or no, then you just do the @ and then the person's name @ Cheryl, hey, I was wondering if, and then that's how you get it pops up in their 3-way chats, because we're going to be there for support. Again, you're leading the chats. So this is the other thing. If you don't want to ask a question in the 3-way chat, because they are for learning, right? Because it's exactly how you're showing your people how they're going to run their chats. So what you do is you come out of it and you ask the question to your upline. Hey, I was wondering, do you think that she should take another ProBio 5 or just hold off for a day? And you tell her the answer, and then they go back in and they say, hey, this is what you need to do. And now they're becoming the leader in the chat. You know what I mean? So they come out and they talk to you, and that's how you teach them. And it's okay to have questions. The more questions you come out and ask your upline, the more you're going to learn. And this is another thing that came to mind. Don't be afraid to ask your upline questions. Okay. For me, I always 3-way chats are a safe place. Angela knows this. 3-way chats are a safe place to ask questions, talk with your upline. There is no judgment. We want you to ask all the questions. Okay. They're there to learn. Okay. So I like to make sure people know that. And you just always want to be a student learning in those chats as you're running them. Okay. That's what you want to do, because you want to be able to pass that information on. And this is the other thing. Now, I told you that that we kind of talked a little bit about shout out posts, and I'm going to circle back to that. But you also want to make sure that you are feeding them, because a lot of times it's like shout out posts, nothing. You need to keep feeding them posts. Like, they don't know what to post. So I have been copying and pasting posts in there. Or some people set up a Facebook group about, 30 days of posting, or this is what you can post, and you can pick something. They have no idea what to post. You're there to help them. So I like to be able to feed that to them, right? And this is the thing. like I said, it's all about, just in summary, it's kind of like all about coming alongside and caring for them, right? So, and this is another thing. I told you the three-way chats were kind of for customers too. When they're loving their product, you say, oh my gosh, like you were loving your pink drink already. There's no reason you can't get your products paid for. We have a great referral program. I think it would be great if you, upgraded, to ambassador or anything, you can start to get free products. We've got a new program there too, or just different things like that. Um, and and the other thing is, I do have a lot of new ambassadors who do really well just talking to their friends initially. And that's what I did. That's what Angela did. She picked up a phone. I love to have in-person meetings if I can. I just love to talk to people and be there, and then just walk with them. And then when you need your upline, throw them into a three-way chat. Hey, I've been talking to my friend Amanda, and Cheryl, I know that you're the product specialist, and I know that you can help us with that, or something like that. And you know yeah, I mean, okay, so now I'm going to come full circle about the shout out posts. Okay, so you're going to send them those couple different options, and this is the other thing, their welcome pack, like when they finally get it, their welcome pack is going to come with a bottle. So now they've already got something for cute pink drink pictures. And this is the thing I tell people: if I can do a selfie at 58, you can do a selfie. Okay, and and the thing is that we've got a lot of good graphics that people can do right away. People go silver before they even get their products. Sometimes, you're going to show them, how to make their post public. You're going to be right there for them, and all of that stuff. And then then you're just going to continue to walk them around. And then after they do their shout out post, oh, I'm going to private message you. And then they put you in a three-way chat. Okay. And now we've come full circle. Now we've come back to the beginning of where I started. Right. And, the focus, again, I can't emphasize it enough. The focus is always on them. And you just want to be there to help them. And so one of the other things Jennifer wanted me to talk about, we're at time, is that this whole time, okay, so this is why I thought they went hand in hand. This whole time, you are building belief in your people, that you live out that belief. You tell them you have got them. And you know what, someone referred to that belief as being a cup filler. Someone told me that I was a cup filler, and I thought, oh, I love that. Like, that was just, I love that. And really, that's just pouring belief into them, because people don't have belief. You need to speak that belief over them and build them up. And of course, later on, we've got, we all know that personal growth plays a big part in it. But you know what? You're the belief builder for them. You can tell them they can do anything. If you can do it, I can do it. Anybody can do it. And yeah, I don't know. I guess that's what I got for you, Jennifer. I hope that worked out well.
Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4 pages of notes, front and back, okay, from everything that you said. There is so much in that, guys, and I hope you caught that, about belief. Like, literally, this, I just think of it as mining, literally mining inside of someone for all the things that they have within them that they've never been able to exercise. And certainly no one's ever walked up to them in the street and say, I believe in you. If I can do it, you can do it. I mean, how many people hear that? So the vocabulary that Cheryl uses, it's not that she's being pushy, but she's very affirmative in what she's saying. She's saying, you can do this. Come on, I'm going to do it with you. Now, I'm going to tell you some of the things that, as I was listening to her, where I started to go, okay, how can I make that really happen? How can I really commit to every 3 days? So I think that using your calendar is what a CEO of a business would do. You're going to need to go in and set reminders for the different people that you need to follow up with. The graphics that Cheryl was talking about, you need a folder on your phone with all the graphics. Such a great tip, because if you feel awkward about follow-up, you got to have something to say. Otherwise, you're going to do what Cheryl said and said, You still like the taste of that? Still feel it? Are you still pooping? Okay. Okay, great. Let me just talk to you in a couple days. You got to have the graphic. You got to have something to really encourage them. I saw this. It made me think of you. I know that you're having some hard times with detox, but push through. Like, you really want to give them your all. The other thing I wanted to say is, when we're asking people their health goals, if you are shrinking back because it scares you to ask that because you're afraid you won't know what to recommend, it doesn't matter what they say. If you're afraid to know what to recommend, they're like, oh, my elbow, when it rains, it hurts, and I have a purple toe, and I have really bad anxiety, and I'm craving sugar. It doesn't matter what they say. You go, that sounds like something that the triplex would help. Just if you don't know what to do, if all else fails, triplex. So everything Cheryl shared with you for onboarding, by the way, that was so good, Cheryl. I'm going to show you guys something really quick that I just want you to see for belief reasons. Just kind of look at this. And what Cheryl said was, don't give them everything up front. Okay. Don't just throw it all at them and then assume that they're going to catch up. Slowly drip on them. And every source of belief is right here, right in front of you. If you go to Google, because maybe you don't want to search your virtual office to find this, literally Google because of Plexus videos. Every one of them pops up. There's like 20. You could literally sit down and go through all of them and find ones that remind you of certain people. And you could say, you need to watch this. Go and send testimonies or put them on your wellness community. Invite them to that first Monday of every month gut health product training. I just said the testimony page, the team page. If you are protecting your people by saying they're not ready for that, you are preventing your people. I'm going to say it again. If you are protecting your people, oh, they said they didn't want the business. I don't care. Now, you don't want to just put them on all the pages, but they deserve, with that membership and with your promise to lead them, they deserve a resource page. You cannot be all of that for them. You are not the end all be all. You need to connect them to third-party validation. Now, you have some choices there about what you're going to add them to, but they deserve a team page. Whether they leave it or never accept the invite, you did your job, because we can't pre-decide for someone whether they deserve to be in a team page or not. We can't look at someone and say, they don't want a business, and honestly, I don't think they'd build one anyways. That could have been your $1 million mistake. Don't do that to yourself. Diamond documentaries are so special, and we used to use them so much more than we do now. Diamond documentaries are not meant to be bragging rights. That's not what these are. It's not like, did you see my diamond doc? That's not what this is. This is saying, do you see this lady? She is just like you. All she did was use her cell phone and ask every friend of hers to say yes and teach them how to do the same thing. And now look, that could be you. That could be me. That's what you're using those for. Invite them to an event. Now, everything virtual right now is a little tricky, but we have the Love Your Gut event this Thursday night. We do so many fun things, and there's something that happens. I think it's just magic when we get a bunch of Plexus people together. I can feel it. It's like this feeling, and people need to experience that. If I were you, I would sit down 1 minute or less, ring light or no ring light, special eyebrows or no special eyebrows, make a 1 minute video that literally is you saying, I just wanted to share really quick how I got my products covered the first time. I went ahead and called my mom, and she told me she'd buy anything because I'm her daughter. I told my best friend, and she said, I'm going to kill you if these things don't work, but she bought them. And I asked my sister, and she said, I'll do it, but don't think I'm going to like it. And then I made $300, and that covered the cost of my products. That's your quick little video, and it goes to every person that joins you. Just literally send that. They think it's just made for them, but it's not. It's for everybody. But it's you. It's you telling them what you did. Then finally, we're going to be working on a happy product user page. It's a customer page. It's the kind of page that all they have to do is hop on, and they're going to learn how to get started, how much water they need to drink, what's detox, what's dysbiosis, how each product can be used. We'll have graphics. It'll have everything that a new person needs to use the products, and they'll have giveaways and get their products covered for a month through having 30 days of success on the products. It's going to be so good. So this is just the next level, the next layer. So can everybody unmute and give Cheryl the biggest clapping applause round of excitement ever? Because I thought,
Cheryl, oh, you are the best, sister. I love you. Thank you so much.
Cheryl,
I
listen,
love you.
I love her too. Cheryl Muller is the kind of friend that everybody should be sitting on and getting on their knees and praying for. So when Alita lost her husband, Cheryl showed up, and I'm telling you now, we about had to drag her to order Plexus Slim. She's like, I'm not going to drink that. I'll take some omegas or I'll take a vitamin, but I'm not drinking that stuff. And now she's a daggone diamond in the company. So I'm telling you, anything's possible. Cheryl, you're the best. You guys, this was so fun. Next week, we're going to do how to have a career mindset. So not treating it like a hobby, but treating it like a career. And we're going to get to hear from Caitlin Merlino, who has just the greatest story along with that. So next Monday night at 8, and otherwise hop on that event Thursday night. It's called Love Your Gut. It's going to be super good with Alita, Tiffany, and I, business and products. All right. Good night, everybody. Good to see you.
Good night.